He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Palm Springs, California, where a 32-year-old felon was arrested for possession of a firearm and ammunition after he accidentally shot himself in the hand in Palm Springs. So these are 2 in a row in California, shot themselves in the hand. Jesus. Officers responded around 1 a.m. on Monday to a report of a gunshot victim at the Desert Regional Medical Center. Andrew Patrick Boylan told officers that his hand was injured while he was handling a revolver his friend brought to a residence on Waverly Drive. Officers went to the residence and conducted a safety sweep. God damn it, fucking pop-up. Officers went to the residence and conducted a safety sweep where they discovered evidence, quote, consistent with a firearm discharge. They also found ammunition, a rifle case containing a short-barreled AR-15 style rifle, and loaded extended capacity magazines, which were probably just normal magazines. Boylan was arrested Monday after he left the hospital and booked into a detention center for suspicion of being a felon in possession of a firearm, felon in possession of ammunition, and in possession of large capacity magazines, which are probably just normal magazines, and possession of an SBR and negligent discharge of a firearm. Whoopsies.
He's going to have a fun time.
Yeah. He shot himself on top of it. That's the worst. Like, a lot of these are in states where, the gun laws are reasonable, and there were no charges filed. Because, he shot the floor with his hand in between. It's not necessarily reckless discharge of a firearm if you're shooting your own property. It's when the bullet leaves your property that it becomes a problem. So, at least in terms of hurting other people, if you, do something dumb and hurt yourself, it's not any difference than cutting your finger off with a table saw,
Yeah. I don't know. I just, like the idea of someone, like, there's a saying that everyone has an indie at some point, and I'm like, no, they don't. That's not a thing. But people will argue that, like, it's not if, it's when. And you're like, or just follow.
I don't think it's necessarily safety. If and when. I think it's the more you handle even somebody who is very practiced and safe. Like, I had an oopsies. Granted, it was at the range and I followed all the rules, so the bullet didn't go somewhere it wasn't supposed to, but I totally ND'd my 10 millimeter. I've told that story before where I thought my gun was empty and I just went hammer down and boom, it went off. And I was surprised by it. The bullet went into the berm.
I think, and like, because I guess I've done the same thing, is that I got out of order of, I didn't make my gun clear, and I was practicing with a guy named Kenny, and we were like air gunning the stage, and I was like, I think I would go take that target, pull the trigger, bang, without my ear pro on. I'm like, ooh, the guns are loud. This is not fun.
Before I started really shooting USPSA, it happened so many times where I would go to the range, and I would be the only one there. And I was pretty much always shooting a rifle of some kind, and nobody's there shooting, so nothing is prompting me to put on ear pro, even though I know it's the thing to do. And then I'd fire that first round, and oh fuck, oh god, covered firing line AR, oh. Anyway, it's not pleasant. All right, so I gotta get back to the rundown here. Where am I? Balls, where am I? You went shooting with Owen, and you can't spell Owen's name, although it is a hard name to spell, because he spells Owen the traditional Irish way, E-O-I-N.
Not the O-W-E-N.
Right. You like his gun, the one I suggested a long time ago you should get, and now you're actually getting closer to pulling the trigger on this thing, aren't you?
Yes, I am definitely closer to pulling the trigger. I have several things in the fire that are holding it back or pushing it forward. And so training with Owen today, training with Owen today, he had his Taxport 2, and at the end of the session, I was like, hey, let me shoot this. And I quite enjoyed it, other than his fucking grips. And we had a long conversation in the group chat about lock grips. So lock bogeys, or Locke has 2 palm swell bogeys. One stops at the end of the
opening on the side of the gun.
Yeah, the opening on the side.
It covers the hole on the side of the grip.
And that's it.
Or the side of the frame.
Right. The other one comes above that to give it like more shelf or something. I don't fully understand what it's for.
I didn't know they had that version.
Yeah. And so shooting that Owens version with the little shelf thing, it cut my hand to pieces. Like, we're talking, I fired less than 11 rounds and my hand was on fire. Like, that's how miserable it was. So I'm trying to not let...
Do not judge it by that.
Right. And so...
Like, just get checkered ones. It's fine. Like, people who get the bogeys, I don't know if it's the... I mean, now... Okay. Owen, he actually works for a living and, like, handles lumber and tools.
So he has adult-sized hands, yes.
And what?
He has adult-sized hands.
Like, are his hands about as big as yours? Or not quite?
I don't think they're as long, but I think his hands are beefier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's getting bigger, fatter grip or whatever. Like, for attack sport, I would not get palm swells because I just have the Henning checkered grips, and they're way thinner than any palm swell. But because that frame is so much bigger, it's plenty. When I got the same grips for my Shadow 2, it kind of sucked because that gun is a lot slimmer, and it was not as good. But the bogey texture, like, I got these knockoff bogeys for my 1911, and it was incredibly unpleasant. I shot a grand total of 16 rounds, and it sucked. My hands are not calloused up for that. Meanwhile, a mouse clicker like Steven just swears by the ultra-aggressive grips, and he's got to have hands as soft as a baby's ass. So, like, I don't... Like, to me, it makes sense if you're a guy that has really, calloused, rough hands. I mean, I'm not sure which way it would go. I would say I have moderately calloused hands, depending on what we've been doing at work lately. I don't need them to be that aggressive, but I need them aggressive. I need them aggressive enough. Like,
yeah,
the lock grips checkered is plenty for me. Unless my hands are super sweaty, I don't need Pro Grip. And that's probably due to my hands being more callous than when I was a mouse clicker. But I don't really feel like you need them to be that fucking aggressive. And isn't there one even worse than the bogeys now?
Yeah, there's several. So I'm on their website.
More than one. Jesus.
Oh yeah. No, so they have the Ridgebacks. Let's see.
Oh God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, so they have the Roughnecks, the Ridgebacks, the Mayhems. I don't know what the Matrix are. The Jaws are the brass eat your hand ones. Let's see here.
But the brass will wear down with time. I could see that being good after a while.
Yeah. I don't know if the grenades are more or less. But, yeah, so like the Razorbacks, or Ridgebacks, sorry. They are unpleasant. I want to say Nick might have had them. I mean, between everyone at my club that shoots a Shadow 2, which is like most 25 people, we've had all of the grips. The worst ones I ever dealt with were the Patriot Defense.
That was when Steven mentioned in the chat today. What were theirs called?
Let's see. They're... Oh, fuck. Where is their goddamn... There's the grips. Because they... fuck. Their website is not my favorite in the world. Because they have grip texture, sissy or aggressive.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I like the names. That's funny.
Yeah, because I want to say their palm swells, Lane had them, and they cut his hands up. So he was actually running what was it? It was, I think he ran the palm swell under his shooting hand, and then he ran a thin, like Hennings on the support hand side or something like that. So the Patriot Defense, you can get them in brass, copper, or aluminum, profile thin or palm swell high. And then you can do grip texture none, aggressive, sissy, or hurt so good, extremely aggressive, custom order only. So I've kind of decided that the bogeys are grippy enough for me when my hands are not conditioned for what we do like they are now. If my fingers get too far around the frame, I will smash my right hand middle finger and ring finger into the grips, and it definitely pulls me out of what's going on.
The Roughnecks, they call their toothiest and most aggressive grips. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, checkered is good. Like, I like checkered grips. Like, that's fine. That's what I have on my Shadow too, is checkered lock grips, palm swell checkered. That's it. Nothing crazy. It seems to be good enough, but oh well. But you shot the gun though. Like, how did you like the gun? Let's talk about the gun. We went.
Yeah, so the gun was fun. The mouse click. I mean, one problem I have is I've been shooting a Shadow 2 for a very long time. So I just got done splitting it like 14 splits, and now that one I was getting like 17s and 16s. So it, not the biggest difference in the world, but also not faster. Not that you can get that much faster than a 16 split. But it pointed well. It felt good in my hand other than the grip. I was a fan. I fully intended to get one. Owen, I don't know if he has the video or not, but I actually reloaded into because he has a magwell on it, and guess whose reloads aren't terrible if you have a magwell. So
limited optics, here we come.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So my current plan, I have an adventure that I might go on that might hold this back a little bit, but I'm trying to sell 2 of my Shadow 2s, and now my M&P, and grab 1 or 2 Taxport 2s, grab half dozen Hollow Sun 407 comps if they get a good reputation, catch them on their retail's $279.
Yeah.
So if I can,
Vince had some in stock. I don't know if he still does or not.
Yeah, I saw those ones. So if a larger retailer or someone on sale can get them down to $225, just get 4 or 5 of those in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I have a couple of wholesale accounts, and one of them is a Hollow Sun dealer, but they still have not received them yet. So I'm still like, ooh. I know, really, really, really. As of right now, Vince has the 407 comp red for $280. The green is $290. So, like, why they charge more for a different color?
Right. It's so just
dumb.
A different diode. But
I mean, does the green diode actually cost more?
I have no idea. I doubt it costs $10 more. But I mean this in no offensive way to Vince, but Vince is not exactly the largest retailer on the planet. So if he's able to get them out for $280, I expect Palmetto State or someone like that to at least get them down in the $250s.
No, you can make more money on Hollow Sun than Trigicon, like, for sure. Nobody's making money off Trigicon shit, but they are making money on Hollow Sun shit.
Yep.
So, that's I really want to try one of those 407 comps. It's probably going to be exactly like my 2 507 comps, except I have one very nice 6 MOA dot.
Yes, and that was always my intention, because I don't hate the 507s. I just I always, my brain kept trying to be like, well, maybe you should do this. Well, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should. My brain needs one option. If I have options, I fuck up, and so a 407 comp feels like the right thing for me. So I'll get 2 Taxport 2s and 2 Hollow Sun 407 comps and send them to Vince and
there you go.
Try not to fuck up my magazine collection too bad.
I'll give you this warning with the Taxport. You're going to have to clean your mags until you get enough to just bring all the mags for the match, which is you have like bougie Shadow 2 like the
the MBX.
I forgot you go full bouge. Okay, never mind.
I'm literally on their website right now.
If you do reuse a magazine in the same match, you probably will have to clean it if it hit the ground.
And I can get 170 millimeter because fuck it, why not?
Yeah, you can get the checkmate version of it. On that note, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It is only $3.57 a month, and you get all of the rest of this episode every single week.
We're going to be talking about Dracos.
We're going to be talking about the Draco port shooting. Like that little use of force that happened. That was super interesting. I also got a brass plug for my Gen 6.
He loves his plugs.
I do love shoving a plug up there. And Jeff's new adventure that he has not told us about yet. We're going to hear about that coming up. Patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It is only $3.57 a month.